Here's Sharp, back to Munga. Caps happy to share it around and take it slow. Now Melbourne goes, and Melbourne gets the bucket.
An agile off the bounce. That right to left crossover, it's hard to stay in front of.
Now Perth looking to move it quick through Maylee. That shot just falls short. It leaves Alex Sharp. I mentioned she had 8 double-doubles already this season. Steps into the shot and it just rims out. How did that happen? Now gives it to her partner in crime, Maylee, who then hands it to Potter. Back to Atwell. Gets some space and knocks down her first shot of the game. Here's Gorman now guarding Melbourne. Melbourne puts the afterburners on, dishes it back out to Fowler, who makes it rain. Again, finds Fowler on that same pass. They can't get the same result. Sharp's there at the bottom of the ring, though. And here's Fowler once again. That's beautiful from the Caps. Melbourne swings it across to Fowler once again. You can see that happening a lot of times this game already. Although Maylee picks it off, goes running on her own, gets her own rebound. Not surprising to see. She's happy to hold things up and give it to Sharp. Sharp goes on the left from the foul line. That one falls short, but Sharp gets her own rebound and pops it in.
Just outworking the Lynx at the moment, the Caps. And then one thing that's troublesome if you're the Lynx from a defensive standpoint, the last time these two teams played, and a lot of that is based on the threat of the three-point shot that they have.
Great cut from Sharp and a great make to go with it.
It might be time to call a timeout and rally your troops, get things back on track.
Let's see what Potter can do here. That one rattles in.
That helps.
Or last round, I should say. Melbourne loses that one. It still might work out for the Caps. It does. Melbourne gets it back, floats it in.
Stop and gather her balance and be able to finish over the top or blow past.
Potter, catch and shoot. Didn't work out. Atwell got the rebound. And, of course, she makes it. You can't give Atwell that much space, even though it's probably unintentional. Chibatoni manages to wrestle it back and give it to Atwell, who's going from that same spot again. This time with the hand in her face. You asked for a mark. She still delivered.
Oh, my goodness.
Alex Sharp taking a break for the Caps. Forster now into Maylee. Going on the left and knocking it in.
Being able to get the ball and run a fast break at a rate of knots.
There it is. Melbourne going in and getting another bucket. Just finds a heap of space, and Atwell does the same at the other end. Clark goes herself, but Forster was there to pick it off, and now Maylee has Goodchild ahead of her. Goodchild glides in and gets the bucket.
And try to put up a score that's going to be challenging for the Lynx to be able to keep up with.
Sharp gets the and one. Good start to the second term for the Caps.
Where the bulk of fouls will occur. So you're in a foulable position. You're going to take a shot that's going to be high percentage that you can make as...
Again, they're letting the shot clock tick down. The Caps Fowler pops up the three. Sharp once again there for the rebound.
And that's going to hurt. She's similar in that sense of going to the glass, but just does it in a different manner.
Speaking of Maylee, she gets it to drop at the other end. Their sixth of the game. Melbourne getting to work on Gorman. Gets her in the air, and then Maylee can get off and running for Perth. Atwell, 16 points already. Chibatoni on the rebound. You can hear Ryan Petrick saying, move, move. And it works out because Potter finds some space. Gets it off to Sharp, who's had no such issues, and lands the three.
Out of the corner to Sharp, and one of the things that Sharp has really added to her game in the past 5 to 6 years, including her college career, is that three-point shot and its consistency.
Let's see if she's going to go for it again in this offensive set. It's with Melbourne at the moment. Instead, Melbourne gets to work, and it rolls in. Over at Bendat Basketball Centre in the West. Morel, a good pass there, and it's somehow rolled in.
A great deal of WNBL basketball, and certainly not this season. To come in and have the 4 points, hunt down an offensive rebound, it's that energy with rebounding and being able to clean up plays that's going to be helpful for the Lynx.
He puts on the afterburners. And then finds Okoye in some space, sets her feet and lands it.
Great time for a timeout here.
Okoye coming off that big three just before the timeout, and now Potter been an inspiration this season off back-to-back ACL ruptures, and Sharp knocks it down, gets the Caps back in the lead.
And tips forward those two categories, an offensive rebound and points in the paint yet again.
Perth can't respond, but guess who? Alex Sharp, already a double-double. Here's Melbourne. Oh, loops it in. Beautiful work from Melbourne.
Where they haven't been able to shoot the three-point shot particularly well so far.
Lynx trying to break a 9-0 run. Melbourne getting her hands in. Potter getting the shot in. 3x3 for Australia. She's been to the Asia Cup. She's been to the World Cup. She's the only player to have recorded 9 double-doubles this season. Although Sharp's just equaled her now in this game. Another game coming up on Sunday against Sydney. Every win's crucial for them, but a big block by Fowler. They still have it through Maley, and she can't knock down the shot. It was Perth getting the job done last time at Bendat Basketball Centre, 98-90. What can they do this time? Can they wrap up this series tonight, or will we have to have a bit more on the line in the third game? Far for the Capitals, 10 points, 5 assists. Sharp, we've sung her praises all night. That one misses the mark, though. Maley, 6 points for her so far. Dumps it into Potter. Finding some space to Maley, and there's a good little pass and shot. Finds Gorman. Here's Potter. Into Chibatoni. Let to fire this game, but gets herself a 3 in the second half. She's off and running now. Just finds some space through the defense, gets herself another rebound. Gorman in the corner, knocks it down.
The ball had to come out quickly, and then it's a chance for a Lynx player to shoot an open three.
Gorman's been sitting in that corner for much of the start of this third term. She was bound to get a shot and bound to knock it down as well, as Sharp reverses it in.
Offensive rebound, no less. She's having some game.
Absolutely fantastic numbers from Alex Sharp. Potter at the opposite end, knocks it in. Gets a bit of assistance from Fowler, and then finds Sharp with the hot hand. Alex Sharp, take a bow. You can see here the pass from Melbourne. It was beautifully weighted there by Sharp, who knocked it down with...
Anybody who can play in that manner is fun to play with.
Maley, a good offensive board, and she reverses it in on the opposite end. Methodically thinks through her next move. Forster got knocked over on the way in. Melbourne just momentarily loses the handle. Finds Sharp, who finds Potter, who finds the bucket.
Try and be a real catalyst for this Lynx team to get them over the line, but you've still got to make the correct plays offensively.
That's the right player to get it in the hands of Amy Atwell. And the pass just misses out. Good child. Steps around Melbourne really cleverly, but Potter was there with the strong hands.
Similar thought, that's an opportunity gone begging. The moment that the defender played good child, the ball had to go to Maley.
And it went to Sharp instead for the Caps. Lynx 55, leading Capitals 49. The Caps led by a point at halftime. The Lynx have got going, but the Caps have got some momentum back through Alex Sharp. Putting on the performance of her life, trying to guide her team to what would be an upset win. Second playing seventh. Melbourne joins the party. Let's take a look at this from Jade. Steps back, knocks it down. That is sweet from the leading scorer in the league. Just under 90 seconds to play in this third term. Caps have outscored the Lynx by 2, but Chimatoni levels things and doesn't get it done.
That's much better shot selection. The ball made 3 passes or 4.
Speaking of shot selection, though, Melbourne puts down another one.
You know, do they have that game management ability out on the floor?
Sharp, 25 points. They love their hoops. Chibatoni into Potter, spinning around Okoye beautifully.
Of you, that's a great opportunity to spin and leverage that body contact. It keeps the basketball away from the defender.
A few passes ends up in the hands of Okoye. She loves that range.
And that's why you see her thriving.
Chipatoni has been thriving in this Perth Lynx lineup for years.
So she's trying to secure possession, ready to take any collisions or contact that might come from it.
Speaking of contact, Melbourne providing plenty and then getting on the run and getting another bucket. Chipatoni. Morel provides the screen. Gets the roll and gets the shot. Good work by Morel off the pine. As Chipatoni and Atwell look to spoil the party. The Lynx up by 2. Atwell having another dominant game, and she gets another bucket to go. We're talking about confidence throughout the game. Potter locks it in. Here she is now with ball in hand. Morel provides the screen. Atwell spinning, shooting, and scoring once again. He's been controlling things all game for the Caps. Alex Sharp back out on the floor. Gets it to Okoye, Fowler, Potter. Bucket! That is fantastic from the Caps out of the timeout. Champagne basketball there from the Caps. Let's see what Chipatoni can do. And knocks it in. That's exactly what you expect from a player of Chipatoni's caliber. Guarding Melbourne now. Okoye. Left open and gets the 3 to knock down as well. Jade Melbourne dumping it into Fowler. Great defense there by the Lynx. Sound like a broken record, but it's where she's been all night. Collecting those boards. Potter! It rattles in! Caps back in the lead.
Critical possession here.
Sharp cutting and driving. Fowler providing a screen. Melbourne finding a lane and finding a bucket. The game hanging in the balance. And this 21-year-old guard who has been lighting up this whole season has stood up once again. Let's see what they've got in their trick bag out of this timeout. Chipatoni, that is as sweet as you like. It's all coming to a head here at the NCCC. Melbourne, the deep 3. Melbourne converts it! Unbelievable poise from the 21-year-old.
The Lynx are going to be hungry to knock them off on their home floor. They're 2 huge wins. These are the real tangible ones that real confidence can be built from.
Well, the Capitals continue their rise.